He doesn't have one. Is there no way I can res you?
Hey, I'm just here to find a turret.
You friendly? What? What was that?
I'm here to find a turret so I can kill it with impact grenades. I'm not trying to fight.
All right, dude. Come on. I'll help you out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Why not? You talked.
Do you know where any turrets are?
Not exactly. You know what? There's definitely some over in the hospital. Oh, shoot. No! Got him. Hold up. Let me see if you... Do I have a defib? Shoot, I don't have a defib. Let me see if this guy has a defib very quick. I might be able to res you.
Yeah, put him down.
What? It's not working. What the heck? Alright, don't bleed out on me. Come on, have a defib. Defib. No!
No!
He doesn't have one. Is there no way I can res you?
No, I don't think so.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry.
That's so sad. It's like, if you want, you can just
Alright, my friend. It was a pleasure while it lasted. Good luck.
send me out with a bang, brother.
See you in the next life. Oh, wow. Okay.
Everyone's hyped. ArcRaiders is trending, and to be honest, it deserves the attention. The visuals, the tension, the gameplay loop, all of it looks incredible. But not everything about this game is sunshine to everyone. And someone needs to say something about it, so here we go. You see, I released a video recently talking about how ArcRaiders could kill off a lot of other games in this genre, and the response was overwhelming. But in the comments, a pattern started to form. People weren't only excited, they were also conflicted. Conflicted that ArcRaiders shifted from its original PvE only concept to a full PvEvP direction. And if Embark Studios doesn't consider both sides of this player base, it could become a real problem and alienate an entire player base. Because PvEvP is intense, it creates tension, unpredictability, of course, risk. I get why it's appealing too, but not everyone is looking for that kind of experience. Some players want to explore, they want to scavenge, immerse themselves in the story, and play at their own pace without worrying about someone else lying in wait to snipe them from a tree. ArcRaiders had that option. Originally, it was a purely PvE co-op game, and you could feel the potential in that. The world, the lore, the danger from arc machines, it was all there. And then the comments started rolling in. It's forced PvP, I'll pass. The PvE server? I'm all in. I wish this was going to be a looter shooter PvE like it was first announced, but this is just a better version of PUBG. This is so boring that all shooters are choosing the extraction BS lately. That's the only reason I may pass. And then there are some PvP players who love hunting others at extractions. I don't want to say it's toxic because that's the nature of PvP, but some others would consider it toxic. He said, I love killing other players and taking their loot before they can escape. I get it, you know what I mean? But everybody doesn't. And you see, it's not one-sided. This is a real divide. And honestly, this is why the Division's survival mode worked so well. And others like it. You had a PvE only version and a PvPvE version. Both sides were satisfied. And that's the balance ArcRaiders is missing. For players who prefer PvE, it's less about avoiding confrontation and more about managing tension. That lingering sense of vulnerability, even in quiet moments, can affect how people experience the game. And that's a completely valid perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Every player approaches challenge and immersion differently. What makes it even more intense, though, in ArcRaiders is the sound design. We know it's incredible. Every detail from footsteps to scavenging sounds and how it impacts the world. It hits, but the realism adds to the pressure. Then there's proximity chat, which is both immersive and nerve-wracking. You can be talking to your squad, not realizing someone else nearby just locked on to your location. That kind of stress elevates the experience for some, but for others, it's a constant distraction from the world they're trying to enjoy. You get it? And here's the crazy thing, right? Because ArcRaiders has everything it needs to support different types of players. The lore is rich, the setting is perfect for narrative arcs, quests, boss battles, and raids, and there's no reason they couldn't explore offering a PvE focus mode or queue. Even if rewards are adjusted, do it. It would still show that they're thinking long term about community needs. And stepping back for a sec, this isn't unique to ArcRaiders. We've seen this time and time again. Studios build amazing worlds, and this is a frustrating thing. Pardon me for getting a little emotional, but incredible systems, engaging mechanics. These studios build amazing worlds. They build incredible systems, engaging mechanics, and then they lean into the trend of the moment. Whether it's PvP, always online requirements, or seasonal content, whatever it is, sometimes that one decision made to stay competitive in the industry can override what made the game feel special in the first place. I also don't think most developers realize just how massive the PvE community is. They're not always the loudest in the room, but they appreciate a good story and just the immersiveness of the game itself. They show up and stay. There was one comment from a PvE only player who said that they actually enjoyed it by adjusting to the way the game is, listening to other players' conversations, sneaking in and playing strategically. So they adapted to what ArcRaiders is. That's great to hear. It really is. But honestly, not everyone has the ability or skills to do that. This kind of transition is rare. Most players who aren't in PvP just don't stick around. They quietly move to a different experience that suits their preference better. Because right now, the hype is deserved. It's also unbalanced, I'd say. We can overlook this part of the conversation just because the trailers look so good. You could easily do that. But if we make this more relevant, ArcRaiders could genuinely define this generation of extraction shooters, or it could build all this goodwill only to lose a huge part of its audience before launch. I'm excited about the game, but I also know what it feels like to want something deeper than just tension and combat. The progression, you know what I mean? Not just that moment of outplaying someone in the shadows. This is criticism, but constructive, and that is healthy. It's important for games reviews. And maybe, just maybe, Embark is listening, or they're thinking about this too. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Are you here for the PvEvP experience? Are you tired of the extraction shooter genre? Or do you still hope to see a PvE mode offered? I appreciate you listening to me until the end. I'll see you on Speranza. Be right out.